Now, what's the major difference that you've noticed in Brian Melo from a year ago to today? You've gone through, I mean, this is substantial. I mean, suddenly you've got millions of fans across this country.
Yeah.
And a year ago, nobody knew who Brian Melo was. Now you're the Canadian Idol.
Yeah.
What's the major difference that you've noticed in yourself?
In myself, well, I think, last year and stuff, I mean, there's points when you're in this music business that it can get really tough, and sometimes you'll ask yourself, should I just stop? Should I just go and, get a normal 9-to-5 job and then that's it, right? So I think with me, I'm way more positive. I mean, I was never a really negative person to begin with, but I'm even more positive now than I was before, and I look at the glass half full a lot more than I do half empty. And just a whole confidence thing, going on stage, even if you kind of see my beginning performances to the end, I kind of grew as a performer, on TV, because it's this whole confidence issue. And then once I had big names like people from Queen, like Brian May, and then Bon Jovi and all these people, and like Paul Anka telling me that they love what I'm doing and stick to what I am and be true to who you are. It just kind of helped me build my confidence, and it's gone a long way.
In a way, you guys are sort of sequestered from the rest of the country. You have the house that you're in with the few remaining idols. You're close together. I don't know how many people were in the theater. Was it about 1,000 seater or something like that?
About 1,200, something like that.
Are you aware how many people would watch the show each week? I mean, you've got a television camera looking at you, but do you have any concept that there's that many millions of people voting every night?
No, you don't. And I think being on this tour, I've had more of a concept of how big this show actually was. You know what I mean? Going city to city, town to town, and people recognizing you and noticing you, then you start to get a grasp on how impactful this show can actually be. But, I mean, a schedule that you have on the show, some people might think that it's just, you go, you do your song, that's it. But, I mean, you're pretty steady each day, and you have a pretty hectic schedule. So we're kind of in this little bubble, you know what I mean? And we're kind of, like you said, isolated from the outside world. So we don't really know, how crazy it actually is out there. But, touring around the country, I start to get a good idea on how massive this show can be.
Must have been an inkling every night when Mr. Mulrooney would come out and tell you how many people voted, and you guys broke a record there one night. I mean, that kind of had to be, this is huge.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, I think the last night of voting with myself and JD, I think there was 5 million votes. So, I mean, just to think about, 5 million people actually voted for you. I mean, it's insane. So, it's a time in my life that I'll never forget. I mean, it honestly changed my life.